Hey, this is Courtney Sheffield, your recruiter's favorite recruiter, and this is Courtney's Corner. And today we will be interviewing Andrea Winston. Miss Winston, introduce yourself to the people.
Well, first of all, thank you for having me.
Absolutely.
I'm Andrea Winston. I am a realtor. I do health insurance, and I'm also currently running for Pleasant Grove City Council.
Oh, let's talk about it. That's a
Yes.
lot. We have a gem here today. What inspired you to get in real estate, Miss Winston?
Well, I've seen a lot. What I always wanted to be in real estate is because I used to see the HGTV things, and I was like, I can do it. I can show 3 houses, and then I get a check. But as I learned, that's not how real estate works. But I love that first time home buyer to see that they actually accomplished it.
I love that. So what are some of your biggest challenges when it comes to home buyers? And what are some of the biggest challenges?
Well, the biggest challenge is most people think that homes are not affordable for them, or being a homeowner is not for them. They think it's out of their reach. And so I like to put it to them, hey, I went through the process. I felt the same way. And so I had to go through the process with them, let them know, hey, you can do this. Now, your first home may not be your forever home, it's your starter home. And so that's the most things that I have to let them know, that you just can't jump to your mansion.
That part. So what about today's market? Is it hard in today's market?
It is, but it's the interest rates. The interest rates are higher now, but we'll never have those COVID rates again. So you just have to prepare yourself with the budget in mind that you're looking for, and also know what's important for you when you're looking for a home.
So what ways do you encourage your your clients to get their money together, basically, with the budget? What are some things you tell them to do?
Everybody's usually concerned about credit, and it's not as much as credit, it's debt to income ratio. So if you have maxing out your credit cards, a lot of student loan debt, main thing is start paying those bills down. And you can do it may take time, but just start paying those bills down, and then also just saving some money. And most people, if you have a 401k, you're able to use that for down payment, or you can also have down payment assistance. It depends on your situation. So if you want to buy a home and own a home, you can do it.
That's good to know. So what trends do you see in the local real estate markets that you like? Some things that you take.
Well, I like the actual parts that I do like about real estate right now. The trends are the new decoration ideas. You've never used to see houses painted black. Growing up, did you see a house painted black?
No, ma'am.
And they actually look really nice. So those are some of the trends that I do like. That's just the aesthetics part that I do like. But then also, there's more programs out there. It's grants and different things out there to help home buyers to be able to succeed. So
let's talk about those grants, because I've seen a lot of grant programs. I know it's NACA, and it's a lot of other grant programs. Do you encourage your clients to go through those programs?
It depends on your situation, because sometimes I think that if you don't have to go through those programs, why put an extra debt? Because it's sometimes that makes a second mortgage for you. And so you got to balance it out to see which one is going to work for you. So if it's something that's affordable for you, yes. If you can avoid some of these ones that you have to pay back or different things like that, we have to sit down and have a conversation. And I tell you, home buying it's an individual thing. You're not going to get what your parents got. You're not going to get what your sister got. You're not going to get what your cousin got. So because your income is different, your where you want to live is different. So you got to make sure when you do the home buying process, you're doing it for yourself and not anybody else.
I love that. Do it for yourself, okay?
Yes.
So what advice would you give someone that's looking to invest in real estate?
They make it seem like it's really easy on TV. You just go buy a shell of a house.
Right.
It's like you go buy a shell of a house and you patch it up and you can sell it. That's just not how it works or whatever. So I think you do your due diligence, as in looking and pricing and making sure it's something that you're able to afford to be able to flip if that's what you're trying to do. Or if you're trying to do rental homes, do your homework, do the licenses, do all of the things that's necessary. Don't try to take the fast way.
Don't just dive in.
Don't dive in.
Get educated first. Okay.
Absolutely. Because it's a lot to it. It's more than what you think. Even real estate itself.
I'm learning.
When I got into real estate, of course, those 3 houses and I was going to close out the deal. That's not how it is. Most people don't know about all the fees that we have to pay. MLS fees, lockbox fees, it's certification fees. It's all types of things that you have to pay. So even when you decide to get into real estate, make sure you do your homework and make sure that you're able to afford to get into real estate.
Oh, I like that. Say that one more time.
make sure you're able to afford to get into real estate.
I love that. So what are some common mistakes that home buyers and sellers make that you've seen since you've been in real estate?
Home buyers, I'll start with them. Home buyers, they don't want to go get pre-qualified beforehand, and they're looking at homes that's way outside of their budget. And so when a realtor tells you to go get pre-qualified, they want to make sure that they're showing you homes that you can actually afford.
Absolutely.
I don't want to show you a home, you fall in love with it, and then you're not able to get it. That's disappointing.
Absolutely.
And so those are main things to make, and also make the checklist, the things that are very important to you. What do you want to have in a house? What is your deal breakers? And stick to them, because sometimes you get so down after going through so many offers sometimes that you're like, I'll just take it. And then you are mad at your purchase. So if you must have a garage, if you must have 3 bedrooms, whatever it is.
I have a big porch, so I go outside and drink my coffee in the morning, okay?
If
and
that's,
my rocking chair.
That's it. If that's important to you, don't go, because you have to pay for this house regardless.
Absolutely.
So they'll always ask my opinion. I'm like, I don't have to pay the note. So it's what you want.
Oh, I love that. I love that. I love that. So what about the sellers?
Sellers, they usually have this inflated number of what their house is worth. And I understand that because they put their hard work into it, they've lived in it, and they are seeing these different advertisements that's saying that they can get this amount of money for their house, and they've not even walked into this home. And so they like, I know I'm going to get this amount of money for your home. And you have to go and tell them, like, let's be realistic. Now, right now, this is what the market is, and you have to do those comparisons. So that's making sellers understand how much their home is actually worth.
I like that. I like that. How important is credit when it comes to buying a home?
It's important, but you don't have to have perfect credit, and that's what I'll say. Most people think that they have to have this perfect credit to get a home. You don't. You just need to make sure that you keep your credit card balances down and have a decent credit score, and make sure you have down payment money.
Right.
That is going to be down payment money. And see, most people think of closing costs. Oh, I'll just have the seller pay my closing costs or something of that sort. That's not going to always be possible. And so you got to have something. You got to put some skin in the game.
So if you have a 580, but your credit card limit is extremely high, could that get you in? Like, what's a I wouldn't say a perfect credit score, because you said that's not necessarily needed, but what's a decent credit score? So, and then is it a decent credit score with those payment things? Like, okay, so talk to me.
I would say 620. That's what I say. I always say 620.
Absolutely.
And I'm not a mortgage person, so I'm not trying to take
that's
that
what
job.
I've seen. You've been in real estate.
Yeah, at least a 620, have down payment, and then they're usually able to do some work with you. And if you have a 580 or whatever, they'll mortgage lender, they can tell you, hey, if you pay this down, it'll boost your score up to here. So just don't think because you don't have that score right now, we can show you how to get that score and get you in a house.
So when your clients come to you, are you connected with different type of lenders? Like, do you have one that you just stuck with? Like, look, I know that they're gonna get the job done, or do you?
I do. I have a couple of them,
Okay.
and I'm not going because I don't want to miss anybody's
That's
name.
fine. Yeah, that's
but
fine.
I do have I have my solid people, because I have them that they make sure that they follow up. They're calling them, hey, are you sticking to the plan that I gave you? I told you to pay this off. Have you paid this off? What's going on? I love that, because once they tell them that they're not quite qualified, that can deflate them.
Right.
And so you still got to keep checking up on them and making sure that, hey, you are still trying to buy a house, right? And so keeping that contact with them, keeping them accountable.
I like that.
And so I think that's a good part of having a good lender.
So when they come to you, I see you said plan, and I'm a plan type of girl, okay? Like, everything I do, it has to be planned. So that is so important, that when your clients come to you, because sometimes people go to the realtor before they go to the lender.
That's
and like
you
said, get pre-qualified. But even if they were to come to you, you already have partners in place to help them get pre-qualified. I love that.
Absolutely. So I make sure that I was like, I'm gonna put them I'll even join them together on a text message or phone caller, and so we can introduce each other. And so I'm like, hey, this is my friend Courtney, and she's looking to buy a house. She needs to get pre-qualified, and so I'm gonna go ahead and y'all chit chat, and then I'll follow back up. Hey, how was the conversation with Courtney? And I talked to Courtney, and she said, we discussed the plan, and so she'll be ready to buy in the next 3 months.
I like that. I like that. What motivated you? Okay, so now we're not talking about real estate anymore, okay? Because she said, let's get into this Pleasant Grove. What motivated you to run for city council?
I have a family that's in politics, but also I've always seen myself in this position. And so I'll say this, before I even decided to put my head in the race, I prayed about it. I discussed it with my family, and they all agreed. Like, I think this is for you.
Time.
It's time. It's your time. And so I seen the different things in the community that was needed, but then also I want to know what else the community thought that they needed. So I don't want this campaign to be just about what I want to change.
Right.
I'm going to walk around and see, hey, what do you think you need? What do you want the community to see? You know, different things like that, because we have a great community.
Yes, you
and
do.
Pleasant Grove is a great place to stay, so I want to keep it that way.
I love it. I love it. So what are the top 3 issues you plan to address when elected?
Well, you know, my heart is for the seniors.
Absolutely.
I do a lot for the seniors. So I think my first goal is to get a senior center in Pleasant Grove that looks like us. And I mean that because we have active seniors, and they're not doing anything.
Yes.
And so I want to be able to have a place where seniors are able to connect, be able to get the resources and benefits and different things that they may need. So that's one of my things, and also something for our children. So making something like a summer program. I've talked to the Community Care Development Network, and we're talking about doing a summer program, different things like that. So I want to be able to connect these resources and to make sure that our kids have something to do, even going into the youth sports, to make sure that we offer all youth sports where our kids don't have to go to the neighboring cities to play. So we can actually have that community feel. And last but not least is the small businesses.
Yes.
We have small businesses in Pleasant Grove, and I think we need to get more small businesses and also support the ones that we have.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I love that. You heard that here on Courtney's Corner. Okay, don't forget that. So what policies would you implement to attract businesses and to create great jobs in Pleasant Grove?
Well, I think we have a lot to offer in Pleasant Grove. I think it's a hidden gem. So I think offering mentorships, grants, different things like that, maybe even some type of tax breaks just to get business into Pleasant Grove. And that way that gives more money for the people to work, and they can work they don't have to leave Pleasant Grove just to work. They don't leave Pleasant Grove just to shop. They can shop in Pleasant Grove, they can live in Pleasant Grove. And see, so many times people just say they stay in Pleasant Grove. I want them to be a part of a community where they know that you can do everything in Pleasant Grove.
Right there.
Yeah.
I love that. You finna make me move to Pleasant Grove.
Come on.
Wait a minute.
Come on.
So how will you ensure that the community members' voices are heard in the decision making?
I plan on doing, I know we have city council meetings, but I plan on having town hall meetings.
Yes.
Going around to the neighbors, going around to the communities.
Yes.
Also, I already have start setting up a website so they're able to get in contact with me. My phone is always with me. My phone is here right now. And everybody has the same phone number. My phone number is on my push cards.
Okay.
My phone number is plastered on billboards and everywhere, because it's either calling for real estate, you're calling for insurance, or you're calling to, let me hear your concerns.
Right, and once you're elected, you can hear the people's concerns.
Yep, call me.
Absolutely. She said call her.
Call me, message me.
It's on the push card, okay?
Yes, it's me. I'm on Facebook, Messenger, everything.
Yes, I love that. So how would you work with local organizations to improve education for the youth programs? Because I know you say you got with Community Care Development Network, which is a great organization, by the way. So have you guys discussed, what would you do? What type of programs?
Well, I look at the most thing that I want to make sure that, because we have our kids just walking around, so giving them a place to go, something that they can actually learn from, even if it's just a trade. First of all, you have to interview the kids to see what they want. We can sit there and plan all these programs for these children, but if they're not interested in it, they're not going to show up and they're not going to be engaged. So I think we first have to figure out, talk to the kids of the community, see what they would like to see. Because they consider me old now. So I may think that what I'm doing is cool and they all love it or whatever, but they was like, don't nobody do that no more.
Exactly.
So that's what I want to make sure. That
Seeing their perspective.
I want something that can actually be used and actually beneficial.
That's the key word, actually be used. Because a quote that I know is see the need, meet the need, right? So you have to get engaged, you have to get involved with the communities to see exactly what they need so you can meet that need. Because just because you say, you know what, I'm going to fix this, I'm going to fix that, they don't even care about that.
Right.
So the fact that you care about the people enough to hear them is powerful.
And that, I mean, that's my main thing or whatever. I know what I want to see, but it's not, again, it's not about me. I know I grew up in a small town or whatever, and I knew the community feel, and I want that same community feel because, I mean, I knew all of I graduated from elementary to high school. We graduated together. We played sports together.
And that means a lot.
It does. So if you have a relationship with your classmates and your people in the community, if you're going out, you know your neighbors and things like that, having more community events for the neighborhood.
Absolutely.
So.
Absolutely. What is one of your favorite things since you've lived in Pleasant Grove? What's one of your favorite things about Pleasant Grove?
I'll actually tell this story. Like when I first moved into Pleasant Grove, my neighbors beside me, I have great neighbors. But one day, I think it was very soon I moved in. I left my garage open. I came home. She said, I watched your house all day. Nobody went in your garage. And I was like, I'm in the right place because, you know, neighbors are looking out for you. And we do the same thing. If I see they're out of town, we're going to pull that garbage can up. And I think that's what community is.
And that's a neighbor. You don't have neighbors in every community. So I know since you experienced that, you want to keep that. But you were saying people
don't talk to their neighbors anymore.
Right.
They go in and out their houses. And I think that has a lot to do with COVID or whatever, people being locked away. But let's get back out here. Let's get to being friendly. Let's get to talking to each other, seeing what the concerns are. What do you feel like the community needs? That's for things like that. So.
Absolutely. And you guys have a great park. I love the park. My kids go to the park. Yes. So I love this. I feel like you'll be a great fit. I definitely hear your compassion and your concerns as well. So that is absolutely amazing. So we know you wear many hats.
I do.
Well, let's talk about insurance. And I know definitely that you have a heart for the seniors.
Yes.
What do you love about the insurance industry right now?
I do Medicare. So I do 65 years or older, disabled. So I work with the senior population. I've been doing it probably for about 15 to 20 years or so. And you go to college, you never say that I'm going to sell insurance.
Right.
But it's a passion. I love working with seniors. They're the most honest people you will ever know, whether you want to hear it or not.
You better talk about it.
They're like, baby, you don't put on some weight since the last time I saw you. I'm like, well, okay, yes, ma'am.
Because what do you say?
But I just love it, like their energy. They can tell, they tell you stories. They got I mean, that's the history.
Wisdom,
yes,
right.
and they'll put you in, if you're wrong or things like that. But then also, I think educating them also on their Medicare, going to the doctor, letting them know their benefits, because people most of the time have insurance and don't know how to use it.
Absolutely.
And what is the point of having insurance if you don't know how to use it?
Absolutely.
And so also making sure you just go get these checkups. And sometimes I'm like, hey, you get a gift card if you go to get a checkup. You get these other benefits for just going to have your yearly checkup. So that's amazing. I love it.
That's amazing. I love this. So the many hats that you wear, you're also a mom and you're also a wife.
I am.
So girl, how do you balance it? Besides the good Lord above.
That's it. That's it. That is definitely it or whatever. But I don't, if I'm being still, I don't know what to do. I'm sitting there, I have to be busy. And that's what most people's like, I don't understand how you doing this, doing that. And I'm finishing up my law degree as well. So I'm always on the go. I have a 2-year-old grandbaby that's running around at this time. So life is good though. I'm blessed to be able to live this life.
I love that. Andrea, thank you so much for joining me. But I need, before you leave, right, because I really don't want to end this conversation, but before you leave, tell the people how can they get in contact with you for as your real estate and also city council, because I'm pretty sure someone is watching from Pleasant Grove. Tell them about your information. Okay.
Well, first of all, you can follow me on Facebook. It's Andrea Winston for Pleasant Grove City Council. Okay. Doesn't get any simpler than that.
Right.
My website is andreawinston.com. So you can follow that as well. That's for the city council, and for real estate is awinrealty.com. You can find me there. I also have a Facebook page for that. That's Andrea R. Winston, Exit Realty Birmingham, on Facebook and on Instagram. I think I might even have a TikTok, a Snapchat. But my main thing I guess I'm on the old people book, as they call it, the Facebook, so I'm always on there. So you can definitely reach out to me. My phone number, I know most people don't give it out, but I do give mine out, 205-223-4330. Shoot me a text, because if you're not saved in my phone, you might go directly to voicemail with all the spam calls. So, but definitely reach out to me, shoot me a text, give me a call. I'm available.
She is here to help the people.
I am.
Thank you so much for joining us. And let me show them this, right? Make sure you guys, no, I love the A-Win realty.
Yes.
So A-Win, elect her, okay? Because it's going to be a win.
That's right.
From Pleasant Grove. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in today. We will see you next time. Have a great day. Thank you.